Now here's question 23. We got a parallelogram on our hands, and parallelogram MNPT. First, when drawing a parallelogram, parallelograms kind of look like this. Opposite sides are parallel, and when you're naming it, if it says, it doesn't matter where you start. I'm gonna start here, but you got to go around. Okay, you can't skip. So MNPT. Don't do MNPT. Don't do skipping. Go around it. So we're gonna put our degrees. We got M is 6x plus 10 degrees. We have N is 5x plus 10.5 degrees. Now, by doing that, I see that these two are next to each other. They're not across, they're not equal to each other, but consecutive angles are supplementary. What that means is they add to 180. So what I'm going to do to get that x to solve, I'm going to do the measure of angle M plus the measure of angle N. Their sum is 180 degrees. We're going to take those two expressions. We're going to add them together. We're going to solve for x first. So that's going to be 6x plus 5x, which is 11x. 10 plus 10.5, well, that's going to be 20.5. And use your calculator if you need to. Subtract 20.5. You're going to get 11x equals, let's see, 180 minus 20 is 160, so 159.5. You can double check my mental math there. But let's divide that out. 159.5 divided by 11 gives you 14.5. All right, so now what? We got the value of x. It says how many degrees is the measure of angle t? Degrees. So we actually have to figure out the angle measure of angle t. Now think about where t is. Is that opposite of angle M or angle N? It's opposite angle N. So those two angles are congruent. The measure of angle N is equal to the measure of angle t. So if I plug in my x value for N, I'm also going to get t. So let's plug in for N. Measure of angle N is equal to 5 times x, so 14.5, plus 10.5. What does that give us? Well, that gives us 83 degrees. So that means 83 here and there, because opposite angles are congruent. So the measure of angle N equals the measure of angle T. They are both 83 degrees. And the other one, you can get a couple different ways. If I want to know the measure of angle M, I could do 180 minus 83, since I know these two add to 180. There's your 97. Or you could go back and you could plug in that into that 10.5. 14.5, excuse me. I was like, where's that come from? And if you plug that into 6x plus 10, you get 97 degrees. So this would be 97 degrees here. And that. And everything kind of matches up. These opposite angles are equal to each other. Any consecutive angles add to 180 degrees. But since we want to know t, 83 is going to be your answer.